everyone, it's Nicole.
And Jamie.
We're just on here to do our 1 hour WIP Chat as participation in Mrs. Coffee's challenge, where she said any YouTube creators that wanted to do at least a 1 hour WIP Chat could then submit the video to her, and then she would add it to her playlist so that her followers could find it. So I really appreciate the opportunity with that. So if you haven't checked out our YouTube yet, we don't have too many videos. We just started right after Christmas.
Yep. Like maybe the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Still had a Christmas tree up in the video.
Right. And we have our intro video on there. So if you want to get to know us a little more, I don't know, we have talked for an hour, so we may cover some of the same things and maybe not.
Yep.
Very sure. And obviously I'm the extrovert and Jamie is the
Extrovert. Oh, introvert.
Oh, introvert. Yeah. So I'll pretty much be the main person talking. I'm the only diamond painter. I haven't gotten to do diamond painting yet, but I'm still trying. And if you've never watched a WIP Chat before, which this is the very first one that we're doing, and I've recently been watching WIP Chats, it's basically where you do your work in progress and then follow along, either listening or doing your own WIP Chat. And then basically I sit here and talk for an hour. So we'll see how this goes. I do like to talk. So.
Yeah, she's a good talker. Don't worry, guys.
I think it'll be fine. And then Jamie is full-time Air Force, if you didn't know, and so he gets time to work on things at night, and it is nighttime here. That's also when he can help me do things like videoing, and so he'll be in and out working on that too. So I'm sure that you probably have a printer to get to already.
Yeah, maybe.
I
have like printers to fix and build and maintain.
Jamie's good with the printers. I am good with breaking printers or not knowing how to fix printers. So he gets home from work and I'm like, this printer is doing this, or this one is doing this, or I haven't been able to print on this one. I'm not quite sure what it's doing. I've learned more.
Yeah, but
since April.
Nicole's good at the talking to people thing, which is an important part of the business and a part that I suck at. So.
You're learning customer service. I'm not very good at it sometimes either. We're human.
Sometimes some people come at us with some crazy things. So.
Yeah, recently we've been getting this. So if you have our new design of trays and they have the sliding lids, if you're saying that the lid doesn't fit on, if you are putting it on this way, this is the first time doing this, then it's on upside down. So make sure that you, it won't fit in there if you try to do that. So you have to flip it over and do this.
Yeah.
And then
these are things we would have never thought of. So thank you guys for figuring this out for us. This is a potential problem.
Yeah, no idea.
We'll try and get the word out.
Yeah, so...
it does go in only one way, and if you try and force it, if you force anything, it can damage it. So just be careful.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be working on a Diamond Art Club rounding up the dust bunnies. It's a 56 by 71 centimeter by Randall Spangler. This is my first Randall Spangler, my first square Diamond Art Club. I've done a couple of squares. I really prefer round, but doing this, and then what else is, and the biggest one I've had so far. Oh, and if you can hear the noise, we have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 guinea pigs. So that's the guinea pigs over there. The dogs may make noises. The cats might come around meowing. Who knows? They normally don't come around when I'm home, but as soon as Jamie comes home, they all come out of the woodworks. And so the wax, I just use the normal wax. I guess this came with a kit, and so I use that. It's just like the pink wax. I don't do anything fancy because I can't do smells, and so I just use that wax. And then the pen is from Amazon, using one of our multi-placers. This pen was a gift from a friend. Have another one of our multi-placers on there. So those are the ones that I use. I do have a couple of other pins in my pen holder here. Let's see. So this is my handy dandy pen holder. It's got my phone on there. And then our small trays fit in here. And then it has my name. And I'm sorry, everything's upside down. This is the first time we're doing video like this, but I have some other little, is it clay? Yeah,
yes,
clay pins. Yeah, so I have a couple clay pins from a friend that made those. I think one of these, I think she called this one unicorn poop. Yeah, she called this one unicorn poop.
Delicious.
And then I do have a pin from Drill Pin Frenzy over on Etsy. It was my favorite pin, but I don't know if you can tell.
I've only had to glue it back together 3 times.
I have dropped this 3 times. Once when we were moving a couple months ago, and that just started it all off wrong. So can't use that anymore, but I am using, for the first time, I just got this, is it the stainless steel tip. So I am going to use one of those. Yeah, focused. Okay, so I am going to try that tonight and see how that goes. And then I don't know if I have anything else. I know everyone always shows all their fancy things. I don't have a lot of fancy things. If we didn't 3D print everything, I would have a lot of extra things to show. But because we 3D print them, I don't have anything extra that I purchased from stores. What are you pointing at?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
You have cover minders.
Oh, I do have cover minders that I just got. So, if you haven't heard about our Butterflies with Diamonds events, or Butterflies with Diamonds, will be our first event that we're going to do. It's going to run April 28th to June 20th. I'm doing it with a friend of mine, Lindsey. She was one of our first customers, I believe, way back in April. And so we've gotten to know each other pretty well. And so she said, hey, I want to do an event. And I was like, oh, well, I was thinking about doing one in April because it's my birthday month, and do butterflies, because obviously if you've seen our logo, they're butterflies. And she was like, well, let's do it together. So we're doing that together. I'll link her TikTok she's on and Instagram. I'll link those down below. But if you don't follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, do that, because when we do the giveaways, which we have no clue what the giveaways are going to be yet, we will cross that bridge when we get closer. But we'll do it on the various mediums, is that what you call them?
Yes.
Platforms.
Sure.
Something like that. So I have this from, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the name? So this is from, it's my friend at Tink. I remember what the name is. So I will link her stuff down below, because that's what people say. So I'll include the stuff from that. And so she actually included an extra one for me too. And then I also got a cover minder, a butterfly cover minder, getting prepared for our event from Diamond Painting by Donnie. She has a YouTube. I'm sure most people know that already. She's pretty well known. So I have those, and then I'm also getting a pen from Donna. And then there's like Enabler's Outpost and 1 or 2 others, because I was like, you know what? I just have these pens from Amazon and one that was gifted, and the clay pens, and I could use some butterfly ones. So I'm getting those. But yeah. Is this so exciting for you?
So exciting.
He is very supportive of diamond painting. So I found diamond painting back in March, just before my first foot surgery, and now I've had 4. Probably gonna have to have another one. And so I found diamond painting then. And if you hear some scraping, it's because I'm using my towers over here. And also, like, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I get like the reject trays. So if it's not good enough to send out, then chances are I usually end up using them. Like, I might have one that was made for me by Jamie, but then we end up needing it for an order. So then I give mine up, and then I don't get another one for a while because we're too busy printing orders and getting them out to everybody. And I saved all the AB drills. Ooh, look at how sparkly. I didn't do a very good job at like showing that. Is that better? Oh, they're there. Sparkles. Ooh.
Yeah, they do sparkle.
They do sparkle. So I don't know if you're like me, but I like to save the ABs until later. So I guess I should actually, like, I don't know, be working on my project while I'm chatting, because that's like the whole name of this. I like to talk with my hands, so it's kind of difficult for me.
It wasn't until about an hour ago I even knew what WIP Chat meant.
Right. He also didn't know anything about a softball field and how to throw a ball and all that, but, you know, back in, was it 2 years ago we moved here? 2.5?
2018.
Yeah, 2018 we moved here, and so we do pre-COVID. We did various volunteer. Oh, that was a dog. I was like, what is that? Yep. Sorry, guys. But anyways, so pre-COVID, we did various volunteer opportunities in the community. So we volunteer, I volunteer as executive director for the local Fast Pitch Softball League. It is a nonprofit, and Jamie volunteers. He serves on the board as a coach's rep, and then he volunteers as a coach with me. So I run the entire league, but then I also volunteer as a coach for a high school division team. And so that will be interesting to see how it's going to go with my foot. For the first 2 months of this year, I was on crutches or scooter and my boot out there on the softball fields, and I was going to continue doing it, and then COVID happened, and my surgeries, and then I was like, all right, I think I can we'll be getting back out to the fields, and nope, still not better. So we'll see how it's going to go with my next foot surgery as far as when things kind of calm down, if we can actually get back out on the fields. We missed being out on the fields. We were out at the fields 6-7 days a week it would turn out to be. Basically, if anyone needed any extra help, or if the team needed some more practices, or if I was doing open field practices, we would be out there, and then games, practices, etc. And now running the whole thing. When we first started, there was an executive director position, and after they saw us volunteer as coaches without having any kids and how great we did, they created a executive director position and appointed me to it. So
they offered to pay her, but
they did.
She said no.
They did. I wanted to give it back to the league. I didn't want to take any money away from the girls in the program. So nope, I do it completely volunteer. And then also did Meals on Wheels. That got put on hold with my foot because it's my right foot, so I wasn't able to drive around. So a friend of mine, she was driving me around for the first few months until I had my foot surgery, and then I was really laid up from that. So she, thankfully, thanks Samantha, took over. I don't know if she'll watch it, but I'll post it to my Facebook, and maybe she will. But she took over my route, and I'm excited for my foot to finally get better so that maybe I can continue that. Meals on Wheels is a great program. I was actually in a sorority in college, and our philanthropy recently, a couple years ago, was changed to Fighting Hunger and Alpha Gamma Delta. Don't know if there's any out there with that, but squirrels. Anyways, that's our mascot. So Fighting Hunger is our national philanthropic endeavor, and so there's various ways to contribute to that. So Meals on Wheels is one of those that helps. What's the words that helps the seniors in the community get them meals that they need. And so we deliver meals with that. And then I also volunteer, like I said, Jamie is in the military, so I volunteered as a key spouse for his squadron. But really not much has been going on with that, and I had everything else that popped up, so I'm not currently a key spouse with that, but may volunteer again when things are going with that as well. So let's see. So we were stationed in New Mexico. I met Jamie in New Mexico, Las Vegas. We were stationed in Las Vegas. Words are hard sometimes. So I met Jamie in Las Vegas. We actually met through Match.com. We probably never would have met otherwise. We were on different sides of the city, and he was in the military. I wasn't. I had family that had moved out there. I'm originally from Georgia, and he's originally from Idaho. But anyways, 2008, I finished up my undergrad. 2009, I finished up my master's. I did it in a year, and then I was like, well, the economy is still terrible, so let me go try Vegas. And because my mom had moved out there, and my sister moved out to California for school. And so I went out to visit, and then I ended up staying. But I didn't meet Jamie until a year later, I think it was. We met in October of 2011. We were then engaged January 2012. I was 26 and he was 27. So we kind of already knew what we, wanted in another person. And then we were married 9 months later. So a year after we met. And then, so that was 2012, and our numbers are the same. So it's 1/21/2012 and then 10/21/2012. And you were telling me
yesterday was our anniversary. All the numbers were backwards from our anniversary date.
Right. So supposedly that's a thing, or it's a Jamie thing.
Made it up, yeah.
Okay, you just made it up. So so then that would have been our 9-year engagement anniversary going. Am I making up words now? Engagement anniversary?
Yeah, sure.
On January 21st will be 9 years since we were engaged. And so then 9 years? Am I doing math right? Man, I'm like good at math too, usually, but no. Yeah, I think so. And then it'll be 10 years that we first started talking, and then 9 years that we've been married come October. So yeah, that's right. So we were stationed in Las Vegas, and then we got stationed in New Mexico in 2018, and
no, it's just 8 years.
No, it's not. Try again.
Well,
2012.
Right?
It's 2021.
Oh, it's 2021.
He's still stuck in 2020, guys.
I'm still stuck in 2020.
Oh gosh, no, that's the worst nightmare.
I didn't know the year was able to end. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, no, 2021. We're what, 13 days in by now? He just came back into the room, and now he's you can't see him obviously, but he's scratching his head. It hurts a little bit. Maybe go drink some coffee. Maybe that'll help. Jamie can drink coffee at like 10 o'clock at night and still go to bed at like 10:15. It's crazy to me. Don't even know how he does it.
I like the flavor.
Apparently he likes the flavor, and so he drinks several cups a day, gets a headache if he doesn't. So if he has a headache, I'm either like, A, you haven't drank enough coffee, or B, you haven't drank enough water because you're drinking too much coffee. So you get water. I'm going to get a sip of water. It's only been 17 and a half minutes. Oh, man.
You could do this.
I like to talk, but, man, it's hard when you're, pressure when you got to do it. Yeah.
Or saying yeah or uh-huh.
Hey, we all have our quirks. We all have the things that we say over and over again. That's mine. So, let's see. Back in, so I think earlier I was starting to say I found diamond painting back in March of this year, just before my first foot surgery. And the reason that I looked into diamond painting was a few years ago. I'd actually thought about getting into diamond painting, but I didn't. And instead, I painted rocks. So there's a rock. This is after the Inside Out movie, Joy. And then here is one that is Snow White inspired, and I had Jamie bring those over so I could show everybody. So one of my grandmother's paints, so I maybe got from her. My mom supposedly does painting or had or drawing, so got some genes from her, I guess. And then my step grandmother, who was in my life since I was like 3.5, she passed away almost 2 years ago. On the 15th will actually be 2 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. Anyways, losing my train of thought. So she and my grandfather both were good artists, so got some of inspiration from there. I lived with them. Was it 2017? No, 2018. The beginning of 2018. So 3 years ago. I lived with them to help with my grandfather and stuff. take care of him. He had Alzheimer's and dementia and everything, and so I lived with them for a few months. I was going out to do some therapy in California. I thought that would be a nice place to do it in, and lived with my grandparents for 4 months. Thank you, Jamie, for always being very supportive of me. And so I got that time with them, and I would paint a rock every night and then leave it for them to, have at their place that in the morning, because I have insomnia. So I would always be up late and they'd be up early, and so then that was just something that they could see in the morning. So where was I even going with that? Originally, how I got into painting rocks was my best friend, Summer. I met her in 2017, and a few months later, she passed away suddenly. Believed that she had a seizure. She'd been having problems with seizures. We had actually met in the hospital. And then I'd be in the hospital, and then she'd be, I'd be out, but then she'd be in the hospital, and then, vice versa. And so, we had talked about doing rock painting, and she had said, like, let's do this when you're back out of the hospital. I had a lot of health issues going on, and so I was in and out of the hospital. And so I got out, and I said, I think I sent Jamie to the store, or he had already gone to the store and got stuff to paint rocks and some rocks to paint out of the front yard. Or somewhere. We lived in Vegas, so it was, mostly rocks. And so why does it keep coming out? I guess with the ABs, it just doesn't do very well with this blue wax. Maybe I need to get something different to try. I think she needs to go out, if you can let her out. There's one of the dogs that need to go outside. Never a dull moment in the house. So he had got me everything to do rock painting, and we were supposed to do rock painting, and I believe I had had a neck procedure done, my umpteenth neck procedure, and Summer was supposed to come over that day, and then I just never heard back from her, and then I found out that night that she had passed. And so it took me time to start actually rock painting, but I thought that, it was something we were going to do together. So
in a way you did, because you kept doing it. And that was how the whole company of Bella Art de Nicole came about.
Yeah.
So
Jamie's always supportive, always saving me. Whoa, guys. Okay, so so I started painting rocks, and I did it for a few months, and then I was painting them at my grandparents', and they were really enjoying them, and a bunch of their friends would come over for mahjong. My grandma played mahjong, and they'd see my rocks, and they were like, hey, can you paint us rocks? And so, oh man, Grandma Trudy and I would go out like hunting for rocks and like
stealing the good rocks from the hospital.
Not in front of the hospital. That was in front of the bank.
Oh, okay.
Maybe don't talk about stealing. Anyways, they got put to good use. So she would like tell me to hop out and grab some rocks because I needed some more to paint. Oh goodness. And so so painting rocks, and when we moved down here, the rock community wasn't as big as it was in Vegas. I made so many great friends in Vegas that I still talk to today through rock painting. It got me through some tough times, especially after Summer passing. And so painting rocks. I'm losing my train of thought.
So you were painting rocks, and they started accumulating.
Oh, right.
I was like, what are we going to do with these?
Yes, started accumulating, and then
maybe I'll sell them to people.
Right.
There was a lot of military spouse things on base where you could go and set up a table and sell your things, and so we kind of made. Well, you came up with the idea for the name.
Yeah, I don't even quite know.
Beauty and the Beast so much.
I do like Beauty and the Beast so much, which it's on right now. We don't have kids, but Disney is like on in our house all the time, especially since Star Wars is now Disney. Then it's even more so Disney on all the time. Jamie's a big Star Wars fan. I am more now. I had like hardly ever watched it before him. But anyways, so yeah, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorites. And so then I figured Belle, and then do Bella, and then art, so beautiful art, and then de, D-E, which is of, in Spanish. I took Spanish before, so I was like, sure, that. And then Nicole, Jamie was like, well, make sure you put your name in it. So then I was like, okay, so then I put my name, and so it was Bella Art de Nicole, and then... I
thought de was French.
No, you did, yes. That's right. You did think it was French. And so Bella Art de Nicole, and then let's see. So I found diamond art, but before, or diamond painting, diamond art, I guess people call it various things. But before that, we were making masks to donate. We were making face shield frames, and we were making ear savers. And I don't even think we have any left to show because we donated them all. Like we didn't.
We sent probably 2,000 different things all over the country.
Right.
To random people.
I think it was almost 3,000 ear savers, I want to say. Maybe. And then it was over 100 masks. And then that we made. And then the face shield frames was like 100 or something. And we actually joined up with 2 other military families, and one of your friends from work started helping us too, as far as like making these, and so then we were able to reach more people that way. So all of us families were doing it. Black Cat Relief, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, and they actually still do stuff within the community too. They just did a turkey, getting money and then doing turkeys for the community. And so, yeah, check them out. So we were doing that, and we were acquiring more printers because we needed to get them made faster and out to people faster. And so we were acquiring more printers. So then we were up to 3 at that point.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had 3 printers.
We'll get to that in a minute. So we had just started with one like 2 years ago, and Jamie was like, oh, 3D printers are so cool. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then COVID happened, and we started making these things, and then I was like, oh, they can make extra stuff. So then we got another printer, and then we got another printer, and so we had 3 printers, and we hit a lull in making things to donate. Just people weren't reaching out as much, needing things to donate, and we had a couple families that were doing it, and we're getting a couple other people to help, and so we didn't have as much to do. And I have been diamond painting for like a month, 2 months, 3 months at that point, and so I said, hey, you know, I really hate these green trays that come with the kits, these little lovely green trays here. I was like, I really hate these green trays. Hate's a strong word. I really dislike these green trays. And so could you make me a tray? And I'm clumsy. He'll tell you the first item that he first printed me was this little funnel here. And it's actually a free file, but it can be used for commercial use. But this is what we first started with, and it has... I don't know if I can even show that very well. So it has the hole in one of the legs. There we go. And then the other leg doesn't. And so you can actually put these, I don't know if I have a Tic Tac. Do I have a Tic Tac container around here somewhere?
I'm
it's
looking.
Like, oh, here we go. So it's like the Tic Tac like containers. And so I just got this on Amazon. It was like the first storage container that I got. And so it just sits right inside of there. And then you could pour your drills in, and it only goes in that one spot. So we started with that because I had foot surgeries and could not walk on my foot for 8-9 weeks. And so he got really tired of me spilling drills and him having to help pick them up. Right?
Yes.
I got very tired of it. So he's like, I'm going to make you a funnel. And so I was like, okay. And that thing was a godsend. That has helped tremendously.
That plus the tiny vacuum.
Oh yeah, you got me the tiny vacuum. That's right. Just the tiny vacuum from Amazon that I got. That helps too. And so then after that, I was like, really don't like these trays. Can you make me something? And also, I'm really clumsy and I'm like shaking these drills everywhere, which Jamie's having to pick up. And it had nothing to do with needing a funnel. And so I said, could you make trays with high walls? And then our house was a decent sized house, but it wasn't too big, and I had a small space and of which to work on because I would just pull a table up to the recliner and work on that. So small space. So I was like, if it could stack and be put away, like that would be even more helpful. And so that's the stacking trays. So this was our original stacking tray. And I think you just start off with a smaller first, right? Or did you do the whole set?
I did the
whole set, right?
I think I did the bigger one first, and then a smaller one.
Yeah. So
no, I did the smaller one first,
and then the bigger one. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, this is still kind of small. I'm like, really? It's big to me.
Yeah.
I don't dine with them, so
it's bigger than. I mean, it's bigger than the green boats. So like, it's definitely bigger than that. So how it worked was they just stacked on top, but then if you have lids on them, the lid sat on top, and so they would slide around. But it's still, I mean, we didn't see a problem with it for the longest time. It just, we didn't have time. So anyway, so he first made white for me, and I was using them, and I was posting to the groups, like in my pictures, and everyone was like, hey, what are those? I really want some. And so thus, the whole thing was started, and because we already had the business cards from my rock painting, then I was like, well, we already have these business cards, we can just use those and use the name. And so that started in like April. So we started with the funnel, then we did the trays, and then I was like, hey, I have 1 million after I'd done a whole bunch. Last year I counted, I ended up doing 40 diamond paintings. I had a whole bunch of these green boats, and I was like, I get them with every kit, and I would like something to, use them with. And so the first thing, can you hand me the small tower? I'll just show you guys. This is more, I guess, show and tell. Work in progress. But anyways, so the first thing that he did was he created these towers that the small boats would go in, so they wouldn't come out very easily at all. And that was fine. Everybody loved them, but then we were getting complaints that it was too tight, and then, for other size trays and stuff. And so then he built bigger towers. I don't think we have the middle size. So
no,
then
you have some attached to your towers, but they're
do.
Difficult to move the camera to get to right now.
Yeah. So then we had the middle size that fit like the 9.5 trays. And then after that, we made them even bigger. So now they fit 4 different size trays. So they fit like the Mosfa, the ones that say Mosfa on the bottom. Also, if anyone wants to know, I found them on Amazon recently through Donnie. I was talking to her and she's like, hey, I found them on Amazon. And I was like, what? These are like coveted trays.
Here's the bigger trays.
Oh, okay. So those are the bigger towers. And so then they just slide right in. So the Mosfa ones fit the tightest out of all of them. The rest are going to be looser. And then they go together with little dowels that go. No, you're going to put it together on.
Sure.
Oh,
on live national television. This is pre-recorded. Yeah.
We're
So
not that.
that's only one, not both, but
Yep.
even that's enough to keep them together.
Yeah, and these things are like sturdy, like they don't move. I see countless people are like, oh, like I don't want to try them because they can get knocked over so easily. Like they can't. They are very sturdy. We make that. They may be from other companies.
Especially when you put a bunch together, it really is heavy.
Like it doesn't go anywhere. So, maybe other 3D printer companies or maybe, Chinese, the Chinese that have copied us or the Australians have copied us or any number of ones that have now copied our towers.
Which we don't hold against them.
No, we don't have a patent. Maybe we should have got a patent from the beginning, but it's expensive to get a patent, like at least $5,000. And at the time, like we did not see the business being where it is today. We're very thankful for that. Maybe we would do things differently, maybe not, but we didn't put a patent on it, so we can't fault anyone that uses our designs and such because we don't have a patent on it. So there's absolutely nothing we could do about it. So anyways, those might not be as sturdy. They might not be as thick, as strong. We make ours sturdy, thick, strong. We make sure that they are not easy to topple over.
You sound like you're describing a thoroughbred that you're trying to
auction off or
auction
something.
off. Yeah, very sturdy.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Anyways, so so then we did towers and the various towers, and now we have towers that fit our trays, towers that fit the white trays with the spouts. We have little spoons that Jamie made, and then it sits flat so it doesn't roll all over. Scrapers for straightening the drills, the little wax holder that holds it together. This is a cover minder that also holds multi-placers, and we 3D print multi-placers skinny, straight, and curved, and then we have like 3, 6, 9, and 2, 3, 6, 9 right now, and then there's like blue, purple. What'd you call it? Princess Peach?
Yes, it was supposed to be pink, but
nicknames.
When we actually printed with it, it doesn't look completely pink.
Yes, so Princess Peach and red, and then we're looking to see like what other. It's resin printed, so it's not 3D. It's not 3D printed with PLA. It's 3D printed with a resin printer, and so we don't have as many of the color options as the PLA does. So you'll see like all of our other products that they come in various colors. And you want to show
and the trash cans.
the trash cans, and
So,
they have our logo on the front.
Cool story about the trash cans is this is the original design of the trash can. I didn't design the trash cans.
Right.
I,
It's another file that's
I
free to
borrowed
use.
it.
There you go.
But this logo, we didn't even realize this, but after reaching out to the original designer, the logo is for a company called 3D Fuel, which we didn't even realize existed.
We had
that
tried
makes
other
filament in the United States instead of China.
Yeah, we had tried various like other U.S. companies over the last few months.
Tried and failed.
Yeah, tried and failed to do get our filament through them, but it just wasn't good quality, and so we were like, sorry, that's not working. So then, a few months ago, stumbled across this company and or figured out that they were the ones who had that design, and so now we are getting like 80%, 90% of our filament from this U.S. Manufacturing company now. They just don't make the silk colors. We're talking to them because we're like, hey, we buy a lot from you guys. Like, if you do silk rose gold, which everyone goes crazy over, then that would be great. And then we do all these other silk colors, so that would be fantastic. So we're still talking to them about it, but we were like, yes, we will definitely buy a ton if you get that. So we're working with them now. We've got 23 listings, and if you didn't see the news, or if you're brand new to the channel, we just started our own website, bellaartdenicole.com. We may or may not still have our Etsy. We haven't quite decided about that yet, but we pay so much in fees to Etsy. Like, they provide the platform, which is fantastic. We needed that in the beginning, but like I bust my butt doing marketing and talking to people and referrals, and thankfully people love our products, and so they refer us. Contrary to popular belief, it's just Jamie and I. We don't pay anyone in product or money or anything to share any of our products. People just like our products and share them, and we are definitely grateful for that. If you own a small business, you know that it's vital, that sharing is vital to a small business, word of mouth. And if you don't own a small business, I'm telling you now, if you like a small business, share what they have, because sharing is vital to a small business.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Especially because there's so many diamond painting groups and members that do not let you share your items if you actually make them, which they're for diamond painting. And maybe that was set up because people sell all kinds of diamond paintings and they got tired of those and MLMs and stuff like that. But like, It's just Jamie and I. We're not an MLM, and we don't have all these people working for us, and so we're not able to share most of the time our products, and so it's really helpful when everyone shares them. So if you have shared anything in the past, if you share anything in the future, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. It does make a difference, but we don't require anyone to share. We don't pay anyone to share. That's totally up to you if you feel like wanting to do it. Oh, you got Harry. You're gonna show Harry.
This is a guest.
Yep, guest appearance.
Guest appearance.
Harry, the guinea pig. We actually, I don't know if anyone was on our page a few months ago, but Harry got really sick and we were really worried about him. And I guess people are like, most people wouldn't care about pocket pets. I didn't even know that was a thing, but he's apparently a pocket pet.
He doesn't fit in my pocket.
No, he doesn't fit. Remember Wicket fit in your pocket when he was a baby? Oh, one of our dogs, Wicket, which is after the Ewok in Star Wars, not Wicked, as my mom likes to call him sometimes, but Wicket, and he would fit in Jamie's flight suit. It was adorable. I can't insert any pictures in here because if you don't know about us yet, we don't edit our videos or add anything in, so what you see is what you get.
Mostly because we don't know how.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really have the time to be able to do that. I'd much rather focus on the business and getting orders out to people than trying to figure out how to edit a video. So, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Jamie likes to say that. I apologize, and he's not, apparently. But anyway, so Harry was really sick, but thankfully, like, we were just like, whatever it is, like, I had to drive with like 40 minutes. No, an hour. I think an hour to take him to the vet because COVID
and we're in the middle of nowhere.
And we're in the middle of nowhere that they didn't have availability, and so we had to drive like 45 an hour. And by we, I meant Jamie. Jamie drives with my stupid foot. So
well, mostly the car drives, though.
Well, yes, this is true. We have a Tesla. Jamie got it because it's safer. I am accident prone. I have been in 2 car accidents since 2013. Yeah, 2013. That has caused a lot of back and neck problems. Both are rear ends. Got rear-ended sitting at a light, and so Jamie finally convinced me that we needed to get the Tesla because it will move out of the way if it feels like it's gonna get hit, and he wanted me to be safer.
And it has the highest crash test rating in its class by far.
Right. Ask if we could probably do a whole video and a half on Tesla because Jamie knows all about Tesla. And if Jamie knows something, he knows something, and he will do all the research in the entire world, and he will talk to anyone that he could possibly talk to. And here's where he's probably like, hey, if anyone wants a Tesla, we have a referral code and we'll include it. So what you were gonna say?
It'll be down in the YouTube.
I knew you were gonna, like, we have a referral code, so if anyone
if any of you think that, oh, they have a Tesla, they're rich snobs. Teslas aren't that expensive anymore.
Right. Yeah, they're much more affordable now. And we got it when there's still the tax credit because of, what is it, the economy tax credit?
Yes, tax credit for EVs.
Yes.
EV tax credit.
Yeah, so we got that and everything. And it pays for itself with the gas, like not having to pay for gas. It definitely pays for itself with that.
We have solar on the house, so we basically just gas the car up for free at the house and never have to charge it anywhere else unless we're going on a long road trip. And we've done road trips to California. We're in New Mexico, as a reminder, so it's a pretty long trip. And
Vegas.
It really hasn't impacted our experience driving at all.
Yeah, I have to stop.
And it saved us a ton in gas on that trip too.
Yeah.
And there's no oil changes. And we could go on for an hour.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to. We're at 43 minutes, so I don't need you to, fill that time space. But if anyone would like us to do a video on Tesla, I guess we can. So yeah, I mean, I have to get out of the car anyways because of my neck and back. I need to get out of the car, and so we will just pull over to charge the car. They're mostly at gas stations or Carl's Jr. For whatever reason. Or truck stops. And so we'll just pull over and I can get out and go to the bathroom and stretch my legs and stuff like that. And then the car charges while we're doing that. So we actually don't have to stop any more times for me because I already need to stop anyways. So yeah, so I have neck and back problems, depression, anxiety, insomnia, all that good stuff. And so diamond painting, like I do a lot of my diamond painting at night when we're done with the orders, when Jamie's in bed and I'm still up late at night. And then sometimes I'll do it during the day, but not really, especially lately. We don't have much time, which thank you to all of you for keeping us busy because we do know that in a pandemic and in hard times, we are very grateful to have our small business for sure, and look forward to continuing to have the small business and watching it grow, and maybe even get into having employees.
Yep. And thank you guys for your patience waiting for orders.
Yeah.
We're literally buying new printers until they don't fit in the house anymore.
We do. Well, so we don't take that long. I just don't like stuff sitting here, and I don't like having orders, the anxiety, depression, all that stuff. I don't like having orders in the queue. And so I get stressed out, and then Jamie's like, okay, we've only had this order for a day. Like, it's really not that big a deal. And so we do get more printers. Jamie tries to fix printers. He's a genius. He's been our printers that cost like $200 have been running since like April. And it's large part due to Jamie fixing them and making them.
Making them do things that $10,000 industrial printers should be doing, not $200 Chinese printers.
Yeah, so we, which we are trying to get them from a U.S. company that is in the works too. Anytime that we can support a U.S. company, we do whenever possible. And so anyways, what was I even talking about before that? I don't know. I go off on
depression,
tangents.
anxiety.
Well, yeah. And so we get orders out pretty quick. Everything is made to order because the printers have like barely been off since April. So they've only been off like 2 separate times. One was while we were moving and they had to be off in order to move them. And then we were moving everything. And by we, I mean Jamie. And my mom came down to help, thank God. So anyways, so they were only down for that, and that wasn't even that long. It was like 7 days or something like that. I don't even think they were off for that long before already like getting orders, printed again. And then recently we put the shop on vacation mode for 2 weeks so that Jamie could work on prototypes and we could enjoy a little bit of the holiday. And even then the printers were still running for a week and a half to fill current orders before they were even really off for that long. And we needed to give the printers a break. Like they've been running like nonstop pretty much, like 24/7. I have insomnia, so I'm up late. Jamie has, early flights usually the next morning. Can I tell them what you do?
I'm in the Air Force. I teach people how to fly drones.
Right. So he flies, so he has to wear a flight suit and everything sometimes, but he's not actually in a plane. He's in the cockpit that's on the ground. So he usually has early flights most of the time because I have physical therapy 3 times a week. So then I have to get him out of work so that he can come home and take me to physical therapy. And so I'll have the printers started up again, and then he'll wake up and they will have barely been off and finished printing, and then he's starting them again. And then I'm usually up in the morning and they haven't been off for very long, if at all, at that point. And so then we'll restart the printers again. So pretty much they're almost running 24/7. Because if people order things, then I know that they need them and want them. And so we try to get them out as quick as we can. But everything is made to order. Recently we launched the website with smashing success. Thank you to all of you who purchased or who want to purchase. Our trays are always in high demand. They have high walls, they have high lines. I don't know if you see me shaking the tray, but I can shake it and the diamonds, the drills barely go anywhere.
Don't shake it like a salt shaker though.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Anyways, and so they're in high demand, but it's just Jamie and I and our printers. And if you try to print too many colors and change it out too many colors often, then it will clog the printers, and then we will have broken printers even more so. And so we try not to change out the colors too often, and we are only 2 people, and so we try not to overload ourselves, although most of the time I overload Jamie. He's a saint and a godsend, and he barely gets sleep at times and will still do everything to help. And
also, stop liking silk so much.
Oh yeah, silk does not work out very well with the printers.
It's really
and clogs the
difficult
printers.
to print with.
Yeah, so but it's so pretty. The rose gold is a silk color. So we typically release the new colors on our Facebook and our Instagram, so that everybody kind of gets a little advance warning of when our releases are. Never in a million years, still can't believe it, when I see someone using our tray on YouTube or posting that they got our tray and they love our tray, like I pretty much lose my mind almost every time. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, it's our tray. Or I'll be working on something and I'll have your YouTubes playing and then I'll hear Bella Art de Nicole, Bella de Nicole, Bella. There's all kinds of variations.
Yeah,
we still appreciate it. It's fine. We get it. But I'll like hear it and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'll turn around and I'll be like, it's our tray, or it's our, bag holder, or it's our tower, or whatever it is, or even our stoppers. Like, it's our stuff. And so I still get, we're pretty humble people. And so I am like flabbergasted most of the time when people say that our trays are their favorites, or that, they don't use anything else, which is just crazy to me. But we do appreciate everyone who shares, because that helps more people find us, which means that we have more things to make. And so we try to release the number of, it's 51 minutes. We're almost there. So, are you getting tired of me talking now?
No, I was just looking to make sure my phone wasn't about to die.
Oh, okay. So we try to release as many as we can at a time. It's what we can handle, like what the printers can print in a reasonable amount of time. B, what filament we have, although most of the time it's not even the filament. But C, what's the C? Where am I going with this?
Probably how much we can handle putting together.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have to clean them.
Yes.
So let me find one that's not cleaned.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah. With 3D printers, if you don't know 3D printers, you have to clean filament.
This is what you don't get, because we clean them. So you can see right there, if it focuses, there's filament like in the hole,
in the groove,
and there's filament like underneath here. It's a mess.
Yep.
Because what we used to do is we printed it with supports. So there was little towers underneath this portion, so that the filament didn't droop down here. But then that left rough surface where the diamonds got caught, so we couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So now we have to constantly clean. We spend probably,
I don't even want to know how
many
hours
we spend. But our fingers all have calluses.
I have calluses. Like today I was doing so many trays, I'm like, my hand is hurting. Like I need to take a break from this. So anyways, they don't just come off the printer and out the door. Even like our towers sometimes have to be cleaned. If you know nothing about 3D printers now and filament, hopefully you do now, that when they come off the printer, most of the time they are not just ready to go out the door. So we value quantity, we don't value quantity. Yes,
yep.
Wow, I'm really going to say this wrong. Quality over quantity.
Peter Piper pecked a picket. Nope, I can't even do that one.
Can't even do it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Yeah, okay. Anyways, so quality over quantity. So we will always value that. That is important to us in everyday life anyways. And so we definitely value quality.
Yep.
And also quality filament, so you won't see all the colors that you'll see in all the other stores, because we make sure that we get quality filament, which is why it took us a while to find the U.S. company that had quality filament, because while we want to support U.S. companies, we didn't want it to not be quality filament. And so
Yep.
quality, where was I even going with all that? I keep like going
We
off
want
on
the
tangents.
best for our customers.
We do for sure.
So, some of these larger things that we make, this is our new bag holder. Yep. And this is what we call in-house the Ultra Tower, because it holds all the biggest trays, including our large trays.
And our small trays sideways.
Or the small trays sideways, yep. These take half a day to print.
Yeah. So it takes a while to print. So because we have a lot of items with varying print times, then we have to kind of map out like what we can, how many of each item we can have and what color we can have and all that good stuff. So that's why if you see that we, are sold out of trays, it may just be that we listed a big quantity, but they sold out really fast, or that we just can only print so many. And so we list only that because we don't want to overpromise. And we try not to put the shop in vacation mode to catch up on things. We try to make it to where we can continually keep open and keep up with demand. And with our sanity, we were losing our sanity earlier this year. Like, we were just in our smaller house, not enough room, not enough time. I was overworking Jamie.
We still lose our sanity.
Yeah, we do.
At certain times a day, every day, but not the entire day anymore.
Yeah, not the entire day anymore. And he was taking care of me after my foot surgeries and all that. So, I mean, we're thankful. Like I said, we're thankful to have this business, and we're glad to be able to give you, a small glimpse in our life. People keep telling us to do more of these videos, but I don't know. This is hard to do these videos. I mean, I was in a sorority because I could talk to people, and I did insurance in a past life, life insurance, long-term care, disability. Make sure you have those things. There's some shameless plug there, but anyways,
you don't even work for them anymore.
I know I don't. I know Mom does though. So I used to do that, and I could talk to people till I was blue in the face. But you can convince people to sign up. Sometimes they couldn't see the light, but did that, and then I like to talk. It's been really hard with COVID. I'm sure most people, it's been really hard with COVID. Just not being around people in general and talking to people, and seeing people every day. Thank God. I mean, not thank God that I have to go to physical therapy, but because I have physical therapy, then I get out at least 3 times a week to go to PT. So, very thankful for them doing physical therapy and that. And we'll see. We got through 4 foot surgeries and was still able to have the business, and I'm sure we'll do it again.
Our goal is to be able to survive going to Disney World.
Yes, that's the goal, is to where I can be able to walk again enough to do Disney World. We won't be able to do as much. We used to do like 24,000 steps a day when we would go to Disney, so won't.
Except for that one time I did 48,000 steps because I had to push you in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's right. After my birthday. So we got back from one of our cruises, and it was my birthday, and so I wanted to go to Disney on my birthday, and didn't we have it left over? Like, we had a day left over from another trip or something like that?
No, we did some before.
Oh, that's right. Before we went on the cruise.
Before the cruise.
That's right.
But we got like a 4-day pass, and we only used 2 of the days.
Yeah, so we had a day left, and so I then sprained my ankle. Did we say that I was accident prone? I sprained my ankle walking out of a store. Hey, there was a ramp and there was a lip, and it happened, and so
they were new flip-flops.
Yes, they were new flip-flops. So any number of things. So I sprained my ankle, but we still wanted to go to Disney, and so we got a wheelchair, and Jamie pushed me around. Did we still make it to 4? That was Disney World. I think we made it to 3 or 2. Yeah. No, we at least made it to 3. Because then we took the ferry and all that. So yeah, we made it 3. Maybe we made it to all 4 places. Again, Jamie loves me and will do anything for me. And would go and push me around 4 different or 3 different theme parks, or even one theme park, you know, like have a guy that'll do that for you. And he's a keeper. So I'm very grateful for Jamie. We balance each other out. I'm a hothead. He's not. I'm an extrovert. He's an introvert. He's good with science. I'm good with math. What other things
Math is
are we?
science.
Yeah, but you're not that good with math. I had to help you with math because he should be finishing his undergrad. You have what, a couple of associate's degrees?
Yeah, I have 3 associate's degrees,
Right.
and for probably the past year now, I've been 3 classes away from completing my bachelor's.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to do it this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to make that a priority for sure this year. So he does classes online, and so I was helping him with the math portion of it, teaching him, because it's just hard to do, you know, online, do classes. So, okay, we're at 59 minutes and 55 seconds.
Oh, do we have to stop immediately now?
I mean,
Or can we
no,
say
but
bye?
is it no?
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye. We could say bye. Is there any last minute things that you would like to tell people about?
If you're still watching, then you have a lot of patience and you're awesome. So thanks for watching this entire thing.
Yeah.
If you just skip to the end, then go back and watch the whole thing.
But thank you for watching. I'll try to include all of the things that I mentioned in the description. By we, I mean Jamie.
Yeah.
He's the technical person. He fixes all the
That's my
printers and
bedtime
stuff
too,
like
because
that.
I have to be up at 4 a.m.
Okay, then yeah, we definitely got to go now. So, thanks for joining us for this WIP Chat. Hopefully you've learned some things about us. Hopefully you still, stick with our channel and our business. Hopefully, was it subscribe, like,
whatever it is.
yeah,
Yep.
something.
Thumbs up thing, star, plus sign, whatever it is now.
Yeah, so hopefully you give us that. If not, no big deal. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and let us know if we should do more videos, if it should be just Nicole, if it should be Nicole and Jamie, if it should just be Jamie, if you want it to be just about Teslas.
Oh, SpaceX. I love space stuff.
Space
Science.
stuff. Yeah.
I could talk to you about astrophysics.
So if you'd
I
like
don't even have a degree though, so.
So if you'd like any of that while you're doing your diamond painting, let us know, and we'll see if we can make that happen. But this has been enjoyable. It was a lot of anxiety at first. I was very nerve-wracking. So, but I think that I did okay and covered a myriad of things.
You
so
did great.
thanks, babe. So hopefully you've enjoyed it, and we will maybe do another video again soon. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
You gotta hit the button.